Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center, and today we're talking about the 2022 Lund 2175 Pro V Limited. So this is going to be your top of the line tournament, walleye, whatever you want to do, fishing boat. That's going to have a lot of features included in the limited package, some of which I'll be able to talk about today. The nice thing about the limited package is that a lot of those things that are maybe optional on the standard boat are just kind of, standard on the limited package, and some unique different upgrades like graphics and seats and different things that are actually unique only to the limited package. But let's dig into this 2175 Pro V. Okay, so we're going to start in the bow and kind of work our way around. One thing you'll notice, on a 22-foot boat here with Lund is that you're not going to see a ridiculously high freeboard in this boat. This is a pro-level fishing boat. These guys want easy access to the water, so you'll see a really deep, good halt configuration to it, but you're not going to see these high gunnels that make the boat super deep inside, because these guys want good access to the water. But you'll find a similar running surface to maybe what you'll find on the Tai series, with the IPS 2 hull, double plated in the bow, so we've got two thicknesses of aluminum on top of each other. That's why Lund's pretty much indestructible as far as hitting, rougher wave conditions and stuff like that. You also gain an additional, strake, so basically these strakes that you'll find are something you'll see on a fiberglass boat. On an aluminum boat, they're kind of difficult to manufacture it in, but it gives you a little extra lift. It gives you some side-to-side stability because the boat's on plane, and it helps cut through the waves a little bit better. And it makes it so that landing coming down onto the big wave is a softer landing that kind of displaces the water rather than just having everything come up and hit the hull. So you're going to see a deep V here on the front. Lund has what we call a variable dead rise, and we'll see that mellow out as we get to the transom when we look there. So as you move to the transom of 2175 Pro V, you'll notice that the transom mellows out a little bit. So we're not going to see a mega super deep V. If it was that way, and this is kind of synonymous with Lund and their IPS hulls and IPS 2 hulls, we've got a nice big reverse chine here that, again, the key here is that it keeps the boat stabilized side to side. A deep V is going to wobble. If it's a deep V all the way through, it's going to kind of wobble side to side. That's, there's two things that people, when they get on a Lund aluminum boat, that they notice is that the boat comes up on plane quick. You don't have a lot of bow rise. That's partly in due to this hull configuration. The second thing is that your side-to-side stability is really good, especially for an aluminum boat. It's a very stable boat to side. Other thing that we're looking at here, we've got the 15 horsepower Mercury Pro kicker. Is this part of the package here with the 2175 Pro V. Nice kicker setup, with the Mercury Verado 400 as well, with the advanced midsection, so vibration dampening, and the upgraded lower unit you can see in silver, which is pretty cool. Another little feature here is that we've got an emergency boarding ladder, so if you do get pulled outside the boat, you can easily access this even if you're out of the water. It kind of tucks away and isn't in your way for fishing like some of the other ladders are. So we move inside the 2175 Pro V. Right now we kind of have it set up almost bass style, with a large rear deck. So you've got a lot of fishability, fishing space here. A lot of the pro fishermen will just keep this thing flipped down all the time. It has access to your super large live well here in the transom area that actually kind of runs and goes underneath a little bit over to this side. Has a nice divider for tournament fishing, and then even a bait bucket on the other side over there. All right, so a very large live well. Obviously, the highest end live well that Lund offers with recirculation and actually I think an oxygenation system in it as well. We have a storage compartment on this side that's going to feature the Mercury Power Assist steering module in there. So this one's got the upgraded Mercury Power Assist steering that makes this 400 horse feel super smooth while steering the boat. And then for other use, or maybe if you're fishing a different style, you can flip up these rear seats, and these are all on hinges, so you can actually remove them if you like. But all these pieces kind of flip up independently. You've got kind of a cool little cup holder station here, and then you have the flip seats on either side. So if you're going out maybe fishing with more than 4 people, or if you just want a larger area for the cockpit, maybe walleye style, or trolling style, you can operate the boat this way. Again, versatility in how you use it. So storage is obviously super important on a boat like this. One thing that Lund did that I think is very interesting, in 99% of the boats out there, this area is utilized for the fuel tank. But what Lund does is they move the fuel tank a little bit more forward in the boat, balance the weight out a little bit, and then here in the transom area we've got room for up to 5 batteries. So typically your 2 batteries that are going to control the big engine, power steering, the kicker potentially, and a lot of your electronics, and then your trolling motor is going to have up to 3 batteries, 36-volt system, and then we see breakers on both of them, so really advanced wiring setup on this boat. You know, the one thing I'll tell you is if you do own this boat, make sure if you start unhooking things, you look at the labels because it's very easy to mess it up when you put it back on, because there's some orange wires. Obviously there's red and black like you're used to, but it's a pretty complex wiring system. But Lund does it really nice from the factory, and having it located back here now opens up the whole bow area for rods and or additional storage. It's easily accessible, and you're not kind of using prime storage space for batteries. So all that's kind of located back here. So again, a really, really good, unique design to maximize the storage. A couple of little cool features we've got the washdown. We've got washdown power and a washdown station right here. So if you wanted to wash with a raw water washdown, you can wash the boat out pretty quickly and easily. We also have this kind of on the starboard side, or excuse me, port side, we've got this kind of cool sliding storage area. This would be like quick, you know, get your rods put away without having to put them all the way inside the main, you know, rod storage, kind of for quick on the go, but they're also not going to blow away or, you know, get messed up or anything. So we've got this cool slider set up. And then in general, we've got wide gunnels, plenty of space on the transom area or on either side to mount additional accessories, you know, wider accessories, different track mounts. And then in addition, we've got the Lund Sport Track system running along the inside here, where we see the bimini top mounted, but you can also mount additional Lund accessories in that area. We've got the sport top here that's going to connect all the way to the windshield, has some plexiglass in it, so it gives you some coverage for, you know, when you're running down on a colder day or a wet day, or you can just completely take it out quickly and easily with quick disconnects thanks to the Sport Track system. So as we move into the captain's area, first off we've got the upgraded kind of pilot chair. So this is a little bit more upgraded from the other chairs in the boat for the driver. In the dash area, obviously space utilization is key. We also don't want too bulbous of a console that we're worrying about, you know, taking up some of the fishing space. So you know, we want to make sure we've got plenty of space to mount really up to 2 very large graphs right here. That's kind of out of the way. We have a nice upholstered, stitched up top dash there, pretty premium setup. We've got, you know, all, you know, our basic gauge setup, you know, with some mercury data here on the right hand side, but you've got your speed, your fuel, your trim, and RPMs. We've got a couple 12-volt outlets to plug in, you know, spotlights or anything else from that regard. We also see a nice glove box area for cell phones. We actually have a live well monitor for the rear live well showing you how full that is. And all of my other switches are down really kind of off to the side, out of the way, not taking up, you know, prime dash space. And then a Bluetooth stereo system here on the left-hand side. We also see dual throttle control because we have 2 engines. This one's got the full, you know, kicker pre-rig, where the front is going to be your digital shifting that you would use with the Mercury Verado, and then a traditional shifter here back here for the Mercury 15, both of which are really easy for me to get to. I don't have to like put my arm awkwardly you know, to get to these, so I can control them pretty quick and easy. You know, other little things like pop-up cleats are standard on this boat. You know, again, nice little touch on the console. So overall, a nice console area. You know, other things I'll talk about, just storage. This boat's loaded with it. You know, nice little, we've got some fishing tackle boxes down here. You know, we've got, you know, that on the port side as well. We see a fuse panel box right here. On this side, we have a lockable storage drawer as well for additional storage. You know, all these little nooks and crannies are super important, you know, when you've got a lot of stuff to deal with. On the port side, we also have the kind of Lund's well known for super big glove boxes. So no exception here. You can throw all kinds of stuff in the glove box. On the port side here, we've got a couple little drawers. Again, rather than just kind of having an open compartment, we have a nice slide drawer there. Pops back into place. On the port side console underneath, we have another tackle box storage area. Again, slides out real easy to access. You know, kind of the primary thing that most people are interested in, rod storage. Second to none on this 2175 Pro V. We see 15 independent rod storage areas. You know, that's all separated from each other, which is pretty cool. We also see, you know, kind of a cool sport track setup that we're going to see on all the way through the bow, where you can actually put sport track accessories, nets, different things, and actually mount that stuff and kind of have additional little cubbies or little things that you can store quick and easy inside the boat. We see that also acts as kind of a water management system. I'm not going to say these are watertight, but for an aluminum boat, they're about as watertight as you can get. Dual gas assist shocks make it pretty heavy duty. We're looking at kind of 2 live well bait well combos here in the bow, one on each side, starboard and port. So we've got a compartment there. Actually pretty big, goes all the way underneath, so a pretty big compartment. Again, with little sport tracks on it, not that you would use it in the live well, but you can. Same thing on this side. This one's going to be primarily more of like a cooler setup. All right, you know, there's no pump in or anything like that, but this is going to be more like an insulated cooler or just something as a backup, you know, for a, you know, just for a water area if you want it to be. And then on both sides, we're going to see nice gas assist shock, huge storage compartments. This is where we start to see savings. We're not having the batteries in the bow. You know, we can now open up all this space for just storage, both sides, starboard and port side. Also on the port side, you're going to see a cool cup holder area that you don't normally find on a fishing boat. You can see the drain over in the corner where the water is supposed to go and drain out rather than get inside the compartment. Pretty cool. Other little cubby nets up here in the bow. We obviously run sport track all the way through the bow. We actually have a separate sealed closed door container for the storage up in the bow area. If I want to tilt my big motor up because I'm fishing in a shallower area, I can do it from all the way up here. So overall, just a ton of storage, a ton of nooks and crannies and cool features in the 2175 Pro V. Thanks for checking out the 2022 Lund 2175 Pro V Limited with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information to see all the Lund boats that we have in stock and all of our videos, visit buckeyesportscenter.com. Also check out our YouTube page where we do walk around videos like this for not only Lund but 14 additional brands as well. In summary, this is just the cream of the crop, you know, high end Pro V, you know, kind of top of the line, you know, walleye boat. Or the nice thing about Lund is because of their versatility, because of their hull design, I mean, we get customers using these for, you know, bass purposes, inland lakes, whatever you need to do. You know, we don't have the high gunnels here, so we've got easy to access fishability. We've got plenty of space to mount accessories. Obviously with the Verado 400 horsepower engine, that's just going to get this boat screaming down the water. You know, another thing that's kind of, a lot of times it's kind of forgotten about Lund because of that hull design, because we're talking about not having a lot of bow rise. Their boats run faster than the competition because of that hull design. Again, thanks for watching. BuckeyeSportsCenter.com, Buckeye Sports Center YouTube page. Have a great day on the water, guys.